Hi guys, it's Nancy, and I have a new release from Spellbinders. This is coming out May 5th. This is in combination with Simon Hurley Creates, and this is called part of the Simon Hurley Photosynthesis collection. Now, I don't have the whole collection. There's some beautiful florals in there, vases and things like that. What I did grab is the zigzag chevron die, and I've already cut this out. So I did not use the frame die. I had my piece of paper, and this is just a scrap piece of glossy black paper cut to 5.5 by 4.25. So all I did was run my chevron through there. Now I will tell you, this is very intricate and has a little things, so I did have to run it through twice to get it to fully cut through. So just so you know. I have the must-have sentiments, which are in the Glimmer, and we are about to pull those out in just a second and glimmer those. And I have the modern stripes Glimmer plates, which we're going to go over in a minute. So I've already pre-cut this, and it's giving me Charlie Brown vibes. So this looks really great against the background like this, but I want to show you, I have pulled out some of these negatives. And I'm like, wouldn't this just be cute like this as a card? Doesn't it look like Charlie Brown's shirt? So I think we're going to do one like that and one with the full background here. And I just pulled out a couple pieces of Brights cardstock here we can play with. So we'll put those aside and get to those in a moment. My Glimmer is done. And you can see here it is 6 sentiments. And I glimmered them with some prism foil, the silver, prism foil on some of that Spellbinders Brights cardstock. So let's cut those out and see what those look like. I'm going to run those through very slowly. And these are classic everyday sentiments. So that's why they're called the must-have sentiments. And we're going to let those cool down. Oh, my hello got cut off. Must have jiggled a little bit. And while we're waiting for those to cool down, we're going to put the modern stripes on. The modern stripes are Glimmer. And this is interesting because there are some thick, medium, and thin stripes. So you can use them in any decorative way you want to. I'm thinking it will look cool, kind of like a ombre effect between the thick down to the thin. But for those of you that like to do plaids and things like that, think about the holidays that are coming up. This will look really cool. And Simon Hurley released that diagonal plate last year, the stripes. What if you glimmered under that or glimmered over top of that and then die cut it? Have a really cool like plaid. But for today, we're going to line these up, thick, medium, and thin stripes. Just like that. And I'm going to use my teal Glimmer foil. My go-to scissors are these new longer Spellbinders scissors. I've been using them for everything. They're nice and kind of weighty, like they feel good, and it's a nice sharp edge. It's not a serrated edge. All right, so we're going to put that on there. Actually, I'm going to put it, I'm going to put it on the edge so that way if we have to use some of this extra foil, we can. And again, just grab another piece of that teal cardstock. This is very smooth cardstock. Some of the colors are not as smooth, but this one's really smooth from the Spellbinders Brights collection. And I'm just lining that all the way to the edge there. So hopefully I'm straight. Now this piece of paper is cut down to 5.5 by 4.25. So if I'm a little crooked, we have room to cut it down to size. All right, so we're going to let that one go, and then we can start assembling. Let's cut these out. Let's reveal them now that this is cool. All right, so I have a little overfoiling and a little underfoiling. Let's see which of these we can save. Just going to take a mono sand eraser and erase most of that overfoiling. Will come right out. And I think it's because I honestly left this on there so long I forgot about it while I was working on other stuff and doing my die cutting. So I might go back and re-foil some of that. Now, I did foil some earlier and cut them out, so you guys can see them. Love you so much. Thinking of you. Thinking of you. And where'd the other ones go? They fell in the bottom of my little basket there. So we will come back to these in just a moment. Let's start assembling some of these cards here. So for something like this, I would run this through my Xyron machine. It will get the whole thing sticky, or put the Artist Tack sticky adhesive on the back. I don't have my Xyron in front of me, so I'm just going to use some fine tip glue in this case. Fun background. Just putting a little dab of glue under those thinner stripes just to hold them in place so they don't wiggle. You can also die cut over some double-sided adhesive, and that makes it easier on these intricate dies as well. Okay, so that one's pretty much done. This one, I lost my skinny stripe. Oh, there it is. So we're going to have to cut this panel down a little bit. That's okay. Oops. Could also inlay dye this with different colors if you wanted to make some fun zigzag stripes on there in different colors. That would take a lot of time, but I bet it would look fabulous. All right, that looks great. We're going to cut that down. It looks like our glimmer's done, so let's move all this out of the way. And I'm going to slowly run this through once and then twice. Just because this is a little bit thicker cardstock. That looks really cool. I'm going to take these two off. Ooh, this is going to be tricky. Let's see if I can manage this. And I'm going to move this guy over, which is the thin one. And I'm going to see if I can line him up to do the edge here. Oh, that looks so cool like that. I really hope I don't mess this up, you guys. So to do this, we're gonna tape the foil together. That looks really cool. I'm really happy with that. So I'm gonna tape the foil. Basically, we're going to do the hinge method. Okay, I'm going to put my stripes down. Oh boy, really hope I don't mess this up. And I'm going to try to line this up. Okay, I think I have that pretty straight. Oh, I did have it straight. Okay, now let's try this again. Oh, no. Okay, I'm gonna put that back on there. And if I can't get it to work, I'll cut out the parts that did work. Okay, so we're gonna leave that on there. This guy we're gonna cut down. Let's cut him down to 5 1/4 by 4. Yep, that'll work. Okay, so that'll fit on the card front. The other one looks good to fit on a card front. And then we just need to fix our sentiments. If you are struggling with your hot foil, especially when it comes to colored cardstocks, try to use a really smooth, thinner cardstock. The Spellbinders Glimmer Specialty cardstock is super smooth. It works great. In fact, I think I'm going to grab that for the sentiments. And it just makes it easier. Make sure it's super smooth when everything is running through your die cutting machine. Not all die cutting machines are equal. I had a Big Shot and I could not, well, Big Kick, older than a Big Shot. I couldn't get my Glimmer to run smoothly through my Big Kick. So when I got the Platinum is really when I got the best results with it, because it is designed to work together. But keep that in mind. If you are having a hard time, change your paper and check your die cutting machine. A lot of times if there is bumps along the way, you'll feel it, and then it causes your dies to jump, and when they jump, that's when everything gets kind of out of the way. So we're gonna hopefully hope our stripes come out here, and then we will do our sentiments again on the Glimmer Specialty cardstock. Take your time and roll it slowly. Now this is taped, so we have to be careful with lifting this. Oh my gosh, you guys, I think I actually did it okay. That is pretty good. I'm very happy with those results. I'm not going to mess with that anymore. We're going to leave that alone. Let's pull this guy off. All right, let's put our sentiments back on. And again, I am going to angle them a little bit. I don't want them like just die cutting. If you just go straight on, then you're going to get those speed bumps. So we want a little bit of an angle. I'm going to put that back on the Glimmer while I cut my paper and my foil. Let me grab some Glimmer Specialty cardstock here. Which is basically synthetic paper, or like Yupo paper. find certain hot foil plates I struggle with. It's just easier to go back to this paper. It really adheres the foil well. And since we're doing sentiments, I don't need a big piece of this because I know this is not cheap. So we're just going to cut, I'm going to use the dies to measure how far we need to go here. So 3 inches will work. That's all we need. I'm going to try the prism foil again because I do like that color. Okay, and our light is green, which says that our hot foil plates are hot enough. They're ready to be run through. So I'm going to put my prism foil, again, pretty side down. I'll make sure all of those are covered. And I'm going to put my Glimmer specialty paper on there. And then cover that. And I'm going to give it its 1-minute timer. While that's doing that, we can cut this down and assemble this. So I did pretty good with the first 3. This one is a little off, but not by much. And I think we can cut it down to, same thing, 5 1/4 by 4. I don't think most people will notice that. It's only a little bit of a boo-boo. Okay. Because I ran this through the Glimmer twice, it did warp, so we need a little extra adhesive on this one. Put my heavy block on there to flatten that a little. Okay, our glimmer is done. Now for this, I'm only going to run it through once because, again, that Glimmer specialty cardstock likes to grab that foil. So we're just going to go once, nice and slow. And you should be able to die cut them out. Okay, everybody foiled looks nice. Having a nice set of staple sentiments makes it so easy. Look, we can just foil all of these at once. These came out much better. There is a little bit of overfoiling, which I'm just going to take my tape and pull that, and it will pull all of that off. I don't need to use the mono sand eraser here because nothing is stuck down on the paper. Just using the tape will lift all that foil up, and it's just because it's stuck in between the letters. But it's not pressed down into the paper, so it's just in between like the O, the E, the G, things like that. And now this came out so much better, so much cleaner than the first one. Using the same color foil, using the same products. The only thing I changed was the paper, right? So this paper is much thicker. And I don't know that if I gave it too much time or not enough time, but it just didn't foil as well, okay? So I can still use the back of this as a matte layer. I'm not going to throw this away, but I don't want to use these sentiments because they just didn't come out as clean as I would like them to be. And these came out pretty much perfect. And now let's see how easy it is to die cut them. So the die comes with the glimmer plate, which I love about Spellbinders. You don't have to cut the dies apart. Everything lines up pretty well here once you get it figured out. And then we're just going to die cut that. And then we just throw some sentiments on our card, and we have 3 easy cards. That's normal to hear that crunching, by the way. And again, these will be released at Spellbinders on May 5th, 2023. If you would be interested in purchasing them, I would appreciate if you use the links down below. They are my affiliate links, so I will get credit for sending you over there. Look at how perfect these cut out, how perfectly they foiled. And then I just have a little bucket next to me, and I will throw them into the bucket. But let's put these cards together. Easy peasy. We made our backgrounds. So we have the zigzag chevron die. So we made 2 with these. And the, I like this one, just a note. The prism foil goes with everything. It's a silver holographic. It looks cool. So like I said, you can make a bunch of these. Easy peasy. I feel like, hello, this just really does remind me of Charlie Brown. Comment down below if this reminds you of Charlie Brown. I think also yellow, right? Didn't he have a red and a yellow shirt? And they always had that stripe on there. Hello. And of course, you can embellish these so much more than what I have done here. I think I've been pretty simple, but sometimes you need a fast card. Simple is better. And here you can see we made 3 cards using the zigzag chevron die, the must-have glimmer sentiments, and the new glimmer modern stripes. All from Spellbinders in conjunction with Simon Hurley Create. Go check them out at Spellbinders May 5th. I will have all the links down below for you guys. I also use the Glimmer Specialty paper and the Glimmer Brights paper. Or sorry, not Glimmer. Spellbinders Brights paper. And of course the Spellbinders Platinum and the Spellbinders Glimmer Machine and Glimmer Foils. If you have any questions, post them down below. If you had fun watching this video, please give it a thumbs up before you leave. Thanks for watching and keep on foiling. Bye guys.